right, everybody, we are at the final round of the AT&T Pebble Beach 2025 AT&T Pebble Beach from the Pebble Beach Golf Links on the Monterey Bay Peninsula. And we'll back things up here and show you what we have as far as a leaderboard. And there you have it. We started with 12 in the lead. We are now down to 6, still in contention. These 6 golfers, McIlroy, Griffin, Rose, Glover, Lowry, and Gracerman. I'm sorry, Gracerman's up here. These 5 golfers, we have 7 remaining. My bad, my mistake on that. 5 golfers have lost contention. That is McIlroy, Griffin, Rose, Glover, and Lowry. And the leaders right now are Justin Thomas and Max Gracerman. They have a 1-shot lead on Maverick McNeely, a 2-shot lead on Russell Henley, 4-shot leads on Victor Hovland and Ludwig Aberg, and a 5-shot lead on Colin Morikawa. And we will bring in the score sheet up to the minute, as the first group is all out of contention. So I went ahead and played their next game, next hole, just by auto play on the out of contention chart to get them kind of out of the way, so to speak. And then we're going to start with the 12th hole, which is a par 3. And it'll be Henley, Morikawa, and Griffin. That grouping will be there. And Griffin is out of contention as well. So we'll roll for him to start things off, just to make it nice and simple, to get us warmed up. On a 3 on the out of contention golfers. And the hole itself is semi-daunting. So right here, we're in this column. And we're going to, you can't even see it, bring it up here. We're in this column. And we're going to get the dice tray in here. I noticed in the 3rd round, the dice tray wasn't in view necessarily all that well. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this in here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I may have to turn around and go this way. So I'm thinking either that or bring it over here and just back up some more. Maybe I just need to back up a little bit. Sometimes you just got to back up, you know. So we'll back it up here a little bit. We'll push Aberg up here. Bring this here. And I think, whoops, we can get too close. We can do it, I think, like that. I think that'll cut it. So first golfer is going to be the out of contention golfer, the aforementioned Ben Griffin. And if we look at Griffin, as I said, semi-daunting. So we roll on the 1d6 under semi-daunting and see what comes up. We get a 2, which means he gets a par. So Griffin gets his par on the 12th hole. And I have the green peg right there for Henley because he is next in line. So Henley is up. And good evening, everybody, to Ben and to Chuck and to Philip. So 12th hole, and Henley has no chips, so he can't do anything about it. He's going to roll for it, see if he can get a 6 maybe, sneak a par, and sneak a chip. Didn't roll a 6, rolled a 3, so the hole is in control. That's a 12, so he's in the rough on the first hole. First shot is in the rough on this par 3. So we'll go to our rough cam, par 3 rough cam. It is the first shot, as it is a 1 there, so it's the first shot. Green die's a 5. It's asking, is he a master? He is a semi-master, but the dot lets him down. No master. So he doesn't catch that break. Otherwise, not much to work with, but chopped on the green, moderate putt for bogey. All right, so he's going to drop a shot automatically. And a moderate putt for bogey is a 1 to 5 on the white die. And he barely makes that, but he does drop a shot. So he's now 3 shots back of the lead. Not a good start for Henley here in this 12th hole. He gets the bogey 4. And now we go to Morikawa, who is 5 shots back. He could use his chip to control the hole, or He could save it for possibly to improve his putting. I think he's going to, man, it's a tough hole. I think he's going to use a chip to control. I think that's going to be his best move. So he's going to use his chip to control. Oh, you know what? Semi-daunting. It's semi-daunting. He needs. Is it daunting or semi-daunting? Let me double check that. You are correct. Let's see here. Okay, here's the thing. He could take a risk. If it's semi-daunting and he only has one chip, if a decider-die bullet is rolled, he fails to gain control and also loses the chip. If it's a blank on the decider, he does get control of the hole. That might be that's a tough gamble. So I think we're gonna backtrack that just to be on the safe side. We're gonna roll it out. Thank you for reminding me of that, Ben. We're gonna keep the chip, and he may use it for a putt potentially. But he gets a 6 on the roll there, so he's actually going to take his par and be very happy with it and earn his chip. Be patient. No holes are running out, but in that situation on a tough hole like that, you really can't afford to throw caution to the wind just yet, because the next thing you know, you'll find yourself out of contention. All right, so we go to hole number 11, and that's where we're going to find, first of all, Rory McIlroy, who is out of contention. He had a really rough couple holes there. He shot a 38 on the front side and just put it right out of contention. All right, so McIlroy, semi-cordial. So on a semi-cordial hole, we're right in that column there. And he gets a 2, so it's either a birdie with a dot or a par with a blank. And that's the way the round's been for McIlroy. He gets a par. Even on the instant result, he can't get the birdie. So he gets the par, and that takes us to Aberg. Aberg will hold on to his chip, and because it's semi-cordial, so he's going to hold on to the chip. And see, he controls, so it's probably a smart move to hold on the chip. So we get a 5-5-6 for Aberg on a par 4. 5-5-6, and he's 4 shots back, so he definitely needs to make a move. 5-5-6. Is he a legend? Aberg is a legend. So since he's a legend, he will get gallery cheers. Longest shot of golfer's day, gallery cheers. He gains a chip. And we go to the gallery cheers section. It is a par 4, and that's a 5. Let's see here. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. Nice shot to green in regulation. Moderate putt for birdie. He is going to use one of those chips to make it an easy putt for birdie, which is now a 1-4. So use the chip he earned on the gallery cheers. So 1-4, and he will make his birdie. And he does. So Aberg moves up in a tie with Russell Henley. 3 shots back. Birdie 3 for Aberg. And that'll bring up Victor Hovland, who is 4 shots back. No chips for Hovland, so he just has to play it as it lies. That's a 6. He could take the par and take the chip. I think he's going to do that, but the holes are slowly running out. We're going to have to start attacking the green. But right now, he'll go at least one more hole and take that par and take the chip and not risk anything. And now we go to the 10th hole with our leaders, the leading group. McNeely, Thomas, and Grayson. McNeely shot a 35, Thomas shot a 33, and Grayson shot a 32. However, McNeely did birdie the 9th hole, so he has the honors. And, of course, he's lucky, so he always has a blue chip. That's why it's sitting there. All right, so does he want to use it to control the hole? No, he's going to go ahead and let it go. We get a 5, so that's course control, 45. He's in the rough on the first shot, is McNeely on this par 4. Par 4 rough first shot. And that's a 1. So sometimes 1s aren't that bad. He's not a workman, so don't have to worry about that. So we go to the wild chart, and he's going to earn another blue chip. That's aside from the lucky. That's just an earned blue chip. And now we roll in the white die. It's a 2. Bounds onto green and rolls to pin. Easy putt for birdie. So 1-4, and McNeely will make an easy putt for birdie. I guess, and Ben and anybody else can verify this. I think he can use the chip. I think he can use a chip to make it a gimme, but I don't know for sure. But I think he can. I'm thinking he can. If there's, because that's 2d6s instead of a 1-4. So I believe he can do that, as far as I know, because he didn't earn the chip by spending it. He earned it on a wow. So I'm thinking he can do that. So he's going to spend the chip, and now it becomes a gimme putt for birdie, and he makes it. So we got a 3-way tie now for the lead as McNeely birdies the 10th hole. 2 birdies in a row, actually 3 birdies in a row for McNeely. So he is definitely hot if it goes to a right now section. And up next, it's going to be Justin Thomas. He has no chips, so he plays it as it is. Thank you for that, ML. That's what I thought. Now, my other question is, he never used the chip he got for being lucky. Can he get a second lucky chip for the next hole, or does he just carry this over and not? I think you just carry it over. I don't think you can add another to it. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can. Anyway, here is Justin Thomas. That's a 5, and that's course control 23. So he's in the sand on his second shot. Is Justin Thomas. He does have the sandy quality because the sire die's a dot. So he is sandy. So that will definitely help the cause. So he's in the sand on the second shot on a par 4. Sand, second shot, par 4. Green die is a 2. Is he sandy? Yes, he is. He is semi-sandy. The dot says he is. So he's going to get that pin, micro chart as a result. Reroll the white die to see what happens. We get a 6. Stop. Rolls too far. Difficult putt for par. Ooh, bad news there for Thomas. So here is a 1-3 for a difficult par to stay in the lead. And he misses. So now it's going to have a moderate putt for bogey. And he barely makes that. But Thomas drops out of the lead. And now Grayson and McNeely are in the lead by themselves. So they're jockeying for positions, but a costly bogey 5 for Thomas. That'll bring up Grayson. 3, so we're on the course. 24, he found a green, or golf cam green. So that will help the cause a little bit on this par 4. And the green 5. Friendly green is not a friendly green. Is it a challenging green? It is a challenging green. Clutch putt for bogey. Ooh, Grayson is going to drop out of the lead. He is semi-gold, so it's a 1-4. He will earn a blue chip, but he will fall out of the lead if he makes it 1-4. And he does, but he's going to fall out of the lead. And McNeely, who was 1 shot behind both of them, now is 1 shot in front. As we finish use of the 10th hole, we don't need that anymore. That is complete. And now we go to the 14th hole for the guys out of contention. So Grayson with the bogey 5 as well. So McNeely picks up 2 shots on those guys. So now we go to the 14th hole for the out of contention first threesome of Rose, Glover, and Lowry. Lowry will be the first to roll. It's semi-daunting. So we're in this next to last column. A 4 is a par, so par for Lowry, par 5. Go to we go to Rose. That's a 2, and that's also a par for Rose. And then Glover. A 3, which is still a par. So all 3 of them get a par 5 on the out of contention on that 14th hole. And now we go to the next grouping at 13. And we'll start with Griffin because he's out of contention as well. And this one is neutral hole. Roll a 4. That's also a par for Griffin, par 4. Now we got Henley and Morikawa. Morikawa with the honors. So we'll get this out of the way. Morikawa with the honors. He's got two blue chips, but since the course only controls on 4 or 5, he's going to take the chance that he gets to control this. That's a 3, so the golfer does control. So it was a good gamble there. 2, 3, 5 for Morikawa on a par 4. 2, 3, 5 on a par 4. Legend or Shaper? He is both, actually. So it's well placed, and he's going to earn another gallery cheers. So maybe Morikawa might be stacking up chips here to make a run, a late run. So we go to gallery cheers and a 2. It's asking, is he a champion? And yes, he is. He is a champion. Gimme putt for birdie. So he's going to move up. Barring getting 66s, he's going to move up a stroke. I got a 55, but that's not a 66. So he moves up into a tie with Viktor Hovland, and he also has 3 chips. So Morikawa with the birdie 3. And that will send up Russell Henley coming off a bogey. Russell Henley, no chips for him. 2, but he controls, and it's a 3-3-4. 3-3-4 on a par 4. 3-3-4 for Russell Henley. 3-3-4. He's not a yeoman, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Is he a champion? He is a champion. Easy putt for birdie. 1-4 for the birdie for Henley to move up. And he does. So Henley will move into sole possession at 2 back. Nice putt there from Henley, rebounding from the bogey on the previous hole. And now we go to hole number 12. And on hole number 12, we'll start with McIlroy, who is out of contention. That is a semi-daunting hole. So bogeys on 6, pars on everything else, but 1's a possible birdie. That's a 6. He's going to bogey it. So the bad round continues for McIlroy. And now up is going to be Aberg coming off a birdie. He's coming off a birdie. Does he want to gain control of the hole is the question. He doesn't have enough chips to do it. He needs 2 chips to control that. So he's going to hope to get something that he can use that chip for a putt. Or maybe he earns a chip. You never know. And now just drop one of my dice. I dropped the metallic dice. Now, where did that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So Aberg teeing off. 3. The whole course will control. 26. He's in the sand on the first shot on a par 3. Let's see if he can get out of it. Aberg is sandy because he's semi-sandy and the dot gives it to him. So it will be sandy. That's a 4. Sand first shot on a par 3. And it's a 4. It's asking, is he chunky? No, he's not. Moderate putt for par. So moderate putt for par is simply a 1-5. And he will escape with his par, which he does. Par 3 for Aberg. That'll bring up Viktor Hovland. He, again, only has 1 chip, so he will play it out. Course controls 15, but he's found golf course cam. Golf course cam on the par 3. And a green 1. That's even looking even better for him. Golf course cam and a par 3 and a number 1 on a par 3. So it's asking challenging green or hacker golfer. It is a challenging green. Let's see here. Missed green, troublesome wedge, double difficult putt for par. All right, that's a 1. He can use his chip to try and make it a 1-3. So he's got a 1-3 for par. Went from double difficult to difficult. 1-3 to save his par and stay basically in the running. And he does. He would have missed the double difficult, but the wise use of the chip saves the par, keeps him going. And now we go to the final group of the day, and Maverick McNeely has the honors. All right, that is a 1, and that's going to be a 3-5-5 under Maverick McNeely on a par 4. 3-5-5 for Mr. McNeely on a par 4. 3-5-5. Is he a king? He is a king. Explodes off tee, middle of fairway, and gallery cheers. So he gains an extra chip for the gallery cheers. And since he controls the hole, this exclamation point will not come into play. So we go to gallery cheers with a green 5. Gallery cheers, green 5. Is he a hacker? No. Otherwise, nice shot. Hits green in regulation, moderate putt for birdie. And he is going to use that chip he just got to make it an easy putt for birdie. And he's a 1-4. And he misses it. Wow. All right, give me putt for par. So almost missed that too, but McNeely missed an opportunity to gain another stroke. He'll settle with the par 4. And now we will move on to Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas, no chips. 3, course control, 15. Rough on the first shot of a par 4. Green dies a 4. Oops, par 4. Rough par 4. Green dies a 4. First shot, workman. Thomas is definitely not a workman. Let's see here. Moderate second putt for par. So he's got a moderate putt for par, 1-5 to stay a shot back. And he barely hangs on to make that, but he makes it. Now we go to Gracerman. Gracerman has a chip, and he's going to use it to control. Well, you know what? He's going to take a chance that he can roll a 1 or a 2 or a 6. He's going to take that chance. And it paid off. He got the 1, so he keeps his chip. Might be able to use it for something else. 1-1-2 on a par 4. 1-1-2 on a par 4. 1-1-2. Is he cold? Gracerman is, let's see, he is semi-cold, but the dot says no because he bogeyed his last hole, but he parred the hole before that. So he's semi-cold, dot's a no. So he's not going to be cold. Let's see here. Is he gilded? He is not gilded, so it's a moderate putt for birdie. And he's going to use that chip to make it an easy putt for birdie. Try to tie the lead, 1-4. And he does it. So, again, prudent use of the chip. And he gets back into a tie with McNeely for the lead. Birdie 3. Now we come to the 15th hole, and this is where we find out if anybody from out of contention might sneak in. That is on the 15th hole. So I need to find my little page that does that. There it is. So the way that works is we come over here and it says, whoops. Yeah, right here. I thought it was right here. Yeah, right here. Making a move, emerging contenders. We're going to roll 1d6. If you get an 11 through a 16, basically if the low die is a 1, or if you roll a 1 at all, then somebody might have a chance. If not, if it's 22 through 66, nothing happens. So we get a 1. So that means it's a 1-3. So top golfer in B group emerges as contenders 2 strokes back. Wow. All right. So I put the B pluses to the side, but the B's I kind of put with everybody else, but I did have them separated by grouping. So let me pull them out. I had my B pluses here. The B pluses were here, but we're going to the B's according to what this book says. 13 said we're going to B's. So we're going to go to the B's. Well, there were no B's. Well, what do you do with that? If there are no B's, there were nobody that was rated a B. Do you go to the B plus, or do you just say that's it? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? The roll was a 13, so it says top golfer in B group emerges, but there is no B group. There's a B plus group, but there's no B group. There's a B minus group, but there's no B group. There's B plus and B minus, but there are no B's. So I'm going to It doesn't say on here that if there are no Bs, you do this, that, and other thing. So I'm taking it literally to mean that nobody comes out of the pack. And if that turns out to be incorrect, I'll fix it on the next tournament. But I'm taking this literally by the rules. Unless it explicitly says that somebody comes out of the pack, then I'm going to play that they don't. So, a stickler for the rules, especially when I'm trying to learn something. All right, so we go to 15, and we got the outer contending golfers. And we start with Lowry. And this is completely neutral hole. So basically a 1's a birdie, a 6 is a bogey, anything in between is a par. So we get a par for Lowry, a par for Rose, and a par for Glover. All of them get par 4s. And we move on to the 14th hole, where Mr. McElroy, who is out of contention, will also roll. I'm sorry, Mr. Griffin, who's out of contention, not McElroy. Griffin, semi-daunting. So same rule applies, except maybe you might get a birdie if you get the decider die. Now once, and now we need the dot to get the birdie. He doesn't get it, so he gets his par. So Griffin gets his par 5. And now we move on to Morikawa with all those chips. Morikawa, it's semi-daunting. He has the 2 chips he could use to control the hole. And man, does he want to do that though? That's a tough call. I think he's running out of holes. He's on the 14th hole already. I think he's got to go for broke here. So he's going to use both chips to control the hole. So he will be in control of this hole. That's a 166 on a par 5 for Morikawa. 166 on a par 5 for Morikawa. He's got so many good qualities. I really want him to be in control if he's going to make a move here. So 166. Is he a yeoman? No. Is he a hero? He's a semi-hero, but the dot didn't give it to him. Is he a champion? Yes, he is. Easy putt for birdie. So there you go. Easy putt for birdie, 1 to 4. And he makes it. So he makes good use of those 2 chips to control the hole, and he gets the much-needed birdie. Does Morikawa. He has birdied 3 of the last 4 holes and is pulled to within 3 shots of the lead. Now we bring up Russell Henley. No chips for Henley. That's a 4. So course control 55. He's in the sand on the first shot. And a green 3. Sandy on the first shot and a green 3. Green 3. Is he chunky? No, he's not chunky. Beautiful blast from bunker. Easy putt for birdie is what it says. However, they have this thing here, so that's going to knock it down to a moderate putt for birdie, not easy. So moderate putt for birdie is now a 1 to 2 because the course is controlling. So this little exclamation sign drops it brings up the difficulty level on these putts by 1 level. That does not come into play when the golfer controls or when it's a clutch putt. But when the course controls, you got to make that adjustment. So instead of an easy putt, it's a moderate putt, 1 to 2 for the birdie. And Henley can't get it. So now we have an easy putt for par, which he handles. So he stays 2 back. Henley with the par 5. Now we move on to 13th hole, and Mr. McElroy, who's out of contention, will be the first to play. It's semi-challenging, which makes it neutral. So basically a 1 a birdie, 6 a bogey, everything else is a par. So par 4 for Mr. McElroy. And now we turn it over to Aberg. Still holds the chip, but he's going to, with only 2 places the course can control, he's going to let it ride and hope he can get it done. That's a 1, so he does control. 1, 2, 5 for Aberg on a par 4. 1, 2, 5 for Mr. Aberg on a par 4. Is he a bomber? Aberg is a bomber, and it says long, and it's got this little upside down symbol here, which I think is a short game, if I'm not mistaken. Short game, special short game is what it's called. So special short game, and it's a 1. Is he stone? No, he is not stone. He's actually semi-sandy. So it's a ball played perfectly to contour green. We go to the pin chart over here, re-roll on the pin chart. A 5. Breaks to the left and stops short of pin, moderate putt for par. Moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he makes that, so he makes his par. He didn't want to use his chip, so he holds on to that. Par 4 for Aberg. Now we go to Victor Hovland, who's languishing back there 4 strokes back. Is it Oberg? I thought it was Aberg. I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen. I thought they called him Ludwig Aberg. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I always call him Aberg. All right, 2. So Hovland controls 5, 6, 6. This might help him. Par 4. 5, 6, 6. Is he a legend? Yes, he is. I know he's not. He's a semi-legend. Dot takes it away from him, so he lost out on that one. Let's see here. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion, but again, there's no dot there. Although technically, we've already used the dot to check and see if he is a legend. So we're going to re-roll and see if he's a champion this time. He is still not a champion. So that didn't help him any. So we go to the right now chart for Victor Hovland. And he is neutral because he has parred the last 3 holes. So he is neutral on the right now. And we got a 6 on the green die on a 4. Is he hot? No, he's not hot. Difficult putt for par for Hovland. So a 1 to 3, or else he's going to fall 5 shots back. And he's going to miss that and fall 5 shots back. Not going to help the cause. Any moderate putt for bogey, and he makes that. But he didn't need that, that's for sure. He's now 5 shots back, and it's only a matter of time before he's going to be out of contention. So now we go to the leaders at the 12th. A daunting, semi-daunting and semi-challenging hole. And let's see, the leading things off will be Gracerman. He had that birdie on the last hole. He has no chips, though, so he's got to play it out as it is. He gets a 6, so he's going to take his par and gain a chip. That was an easy decision for Gracerman. He takes his par 3 and walks away. And now we go to McNeely. So McNeely, now he had a chip from last hole, and he's supposed to get another chip for being lucky. I'm assuming that you can do that. I'm assuming he's not expected to expel all his chips, and then it can only start with 1 chip on the lucky. I'm not sure. The lucky one's still a little bit, it just says he always has a blue chip, but I'm kind of confused about, how much you can accumulate chips. He started with 1 chip from the last hole. He never used it. He used the one he got from the gallery cheers. So does he start with 2 chips is my question. It just says he always has a blue chip. It doesn't say he gets added a blue chip. It says he always has a blue chip. So by reading, I'm a word person. When it says it always has a blue chip, it does not say he gains a blue chip every hole. That doesn't say that in rule books. It says he always has a blue chip. So he has a blue chip. So in my mind, he does not get another one. Now, maybe people can personalize it to make it their house rule that you do that. But in my mind, if you're lucky, that means you always have a blue chip. Doesn't mean you add an extra blue chip. It just means you always at least have 1. Can't have 0. All right, so McNeely, does he want to spend that blue chip to control the hole? Yes, he does. So he will spend the blue chip to control the hole. And we get a 4-5-5 for McNeely. 4-5-5 on the par 3. 4-5-5 on the par 3. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion, but the dot let him down. Easy. It would have been an easy putt for birdie. We're going to experience where he is a semi-icon. I'm going to re-roll to see if he's an icon or not. He is. So he's an icon. So we're going to check the right now for the icon on the experience. And you know what? I picked the dice up. I think it was a 5 because we did 4, 5, 5, I believe. So it was a green 5 on a par 3. Green 5. Prospect. No, he's not a prospect. Moderate putt for birdie for McNeely. A 1 to 2 for McNeely to make the birdie and take the outright lead. And he misses it. So now we have an easy putt for par to maintain the tie. And he does that. So McNeely, and he'll gain a chip for the next hole. So McNeely misses an opportunity. And now we go to Justin Thomas, 1 shot back, no chips. I'm telling you what, Ben, you will enjoy it. I might still be in the honeymoon phase on this game, but I just think there's just so much to offer here that I think outside of History Maker Baseball, this is Play's best game, in my opinion. All right, here's Thomas. That's a 2, and that's going to be course control. 44. It is in the sand on the first shot on the par 3. So we go to the Sandy on the par 3. And, green 6 is not going to be good. And he gets no decider die to help his Sandy quality either. So that's double deuce bad. All right, so it's a par 3. 6 is asking if he's Sandy. He's semi-Sandy. The dot says no. Double difficult putt for par for Justin Thomas. Wow. He can try to make it with a 1, but if he misses it, he'll have a difficult putt coming back, which would be a 1 to 3. And the semi-goal is not going to help him. Or he could lag and make it an easy putt a moderate putt for par for bogey. What does he want to do here? Does he take the chance? I think he's going to lay up and take the moderate putt for bogey, and he barely made that. So it's probably a good move because he don't want to double bogey anything. So unfortunate bogey for Thomas. He will drop 2 shots back, and we finish with hole 12 for the day. And now we go to hole number 16 for the first group. And hole number 16, of course, all these guys are out of contention. It's a neutral hole. So again, a 1 is a birdie, 6 is a bogey, and everything else in the middle is a par. We start with Lowry. Par. We go to Rose. That's a bogey. Rose is going to bogey. Go to Glover. He pars. All right, that finishes the 16th for that grouping. Now we go to the 15th, and 1 out of contention golfer is Griffin, and the 15th is neutral. So again, same rules apply. 1, he's going to birdie, so Griffin does get the birdie 3. And now we go to Morikawa, trying to make a charge. Has a blue chip, but wants to hold on to it. Since it's not any kind of daunting hole, he figures he's going to take his chances. That is true. That is very true, Philip. I did spend $94 to get the courses I needed. Actually, more than that because I bought. So I spent $18.90. I spent $112 to get the courses I need to make a tournament, to make the PGA. And I'm skipping some tournaments too. I'm only doing 20 tournaments or 18 tournaments, something like that. So, because unfortunately, they make a nice package where you can get a pack of 4 courses for a little bit cheaper than $6 a piece. You get them for $18. You get 4 courses to the 3. But a lot of those courses, I only want 1 out of the pack, so I don't need that. Those are the ones I buy individually. So, but it's a one-time purchase. Once you have it, you got it, and that's it. You don't have to buy it anymore. So you pretty much, it's a one and done kind of thing. All right, here is Morikawa. That is a 3, and the course control. That's a golf course cam. Golf course cam on a par 4. Golf course cam on a par 4, but a 6. That's the problem. Daunting hole. No, it's not a daunting hole. 2 great shots and a chance to convert. Clutch putt for birdie from Morikawa. Clutch putt for birdie. Now, he's more interested in birdies than he is chips. So he is going to use a chip to become a gold putter, but he can't earn it back by making a clutch putt, but he can move up to 2 shots back. So to go from 1 to 3 to 1 to 5, he's going to spin that chip. And it didn't have to, but he didn't know that. So he birdies. He doesn't get the chip because he made the clutch putt, because you can't spend 1 to get 1, but he spent 1 to get a birdie, which in this case was more important. So Morikawa, birdie 3, and he has been on a roll. He's 4 under on the first 6 holes of the back 9. So he has been on fire, has Morikawa. Now we go to Russell Henley. Russell Henley. 6, so he could take the par and walk away, or he could attack the green. Does he feel lucky? But he could also, he doesn't have any blue chips, so I think he's going to take the par, because he might need a blue chip on another hole. So he's going to take his par, garner the blue chip, and wait for a better opportunity, I think. And now we go to the 14th hole. And first one to go on that is McIlroy, out of contention. Semi-daunting. So again, same thing applies. I'll roll the decider dive first, or with it. So he gets the dot and the 1, so he's going to birdie. So a rare birdie for Rory McIlroy, birdie 4. Now we go to Aberg. Aberg, he's going to spin the chip. He's run out of holes. So he's going to spin the chip to control the hole. I can't do it because it's semi-daunting. My bad. Never mind. He's going to have to hold on to it and hope he can use it for his green. Oh, didn't roll the white die. Hold on. Well, he got lucky and controlled it anyway. So 1, 2, 6 for Aberg. So he's in decent shape. 1, 2, 6, plus he keeps his blue chip. On a par 5, he might even earn another chip. You never know. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6. Dynamic or direct green? No. Is he gilded? No, he's not gilded. So a moderate putt for birdie, and so he can use that chip to make it an easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4, and he pulls into a 4-way tie at 2 shots, and he makes it. So it's a 4-way tie for second place, 2 shots back. We got a log jam going on here. Poor Victor Hovland's out on the island by himself, but a birdie 4, and now Hovland's last-ditch effort to stay relevant. Course will control 34. Golf course cam, so we got it. It's not terrible. Golf course cam and a 2 on a par 5. Cordial hole. No, it's not cordial. Daunting hole. No, decider die says it's not daunting. Easy or moderate putt for par. There is this thing here, so it makes it a moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he'll take his par, but he needs more than pars. And now we go to the final group on the 13th hole. And with the honors is Gracerman. And he is not going to use his blue chip because you can control the hole. He can control the hole himself on a 1, 2, 3, 6. But he rolls a 5, so he's got course control. 24, but it's got golf course cam green, so he worked out a good shot for himself. Green, and it's a 1, and green 1. Boy, he's really living right. Green and a green 1. Challenging green or scatter golfer. It is semi-challenging, but the dot is a no. It is not challenging. So, let's see here, 4 and a 1. Otherwise, golfer races to the green with 2 fabulous shots. Clutch putt for birdie. So here we go. Mr. Gracerman, I forgot to move my little thing over. He's got a clutch putt for birdie, so he could take the lead and gain another blue chip. If he misses, he won't gain a red chip. He'll just lose the blue one he has. But it's a clutch putt for birdie. He is semi-gold. So 1 to 4. and he will make this putt, take the sole lead. And he does. So he will take the sole lead. Hovland goes all the way to 6 shots back. These guys go to 3 shots back. McNeely 1 shot back, and Gracerman with sole possession of first place with a clutch birdie putt, and he's going to gain a second blue chip for that. So Gracerman, big time birdie 3. And now we move on to McNeely. He needs to make something happen. 6, so he could take his par. He gets a blue chip all the time for being lucky, so really gaining a blue chip really doesn't really solve anything for him as far as I can tell, although it would give him a second chip to use on a daunting hole. So maybe he'll do that, take his par, and save that. That way he can have 2 chips on the next hole if it's daunting to control it. So now here's Thomas, and he's back in this log jam. 3 shots back, Mr. Thomas. Justin Thomas, no chips for Thomas. 1, so he controls, and it's 1-4-6 on a par 4 for Thomas, and he's got some decent qualities there to be able to lean on. Par 4, 1-4-6. Is he a legend or dynamic? Well, he missed out on all those. Is it a firm green? It is a firm green. Ball hits green and rolls off. So now we're going to the short game. Short game chart. And the green die is a 4. Stone. No, he's not stone. He's actually semi-soft. Easy putt for par for Justin Thomas, but he's really needing birdies, but he'll take the easy putt for par for now, I guess, just to make sure it doesn't get any worse than what it already is. So easy putt for par. Justin Thomas will record the par 4. And that finishes the 13th hole for everybody. Now the front group will head to 17. That long, challenging par 3. And, of course, we're going to have the out of contention golfers roll. It is a challenging green, but everything else is neutral. So 1 for birdie, 6 for bogey, par for everything else. And first up is going to be Lowry. He gets his par 3. Next up is Glover. He gets his par 3. And then finally Rose. He bogeys. Wouldn't you know that? Rose, 2 bogeys in a row for Rose. He's falling apart. So now we move on to the 16th hole. 16th hole, and it is going to be Griffin, who is out of contention as well. 16th hole is neutral again. So the same play. 5 is a par. So Griffin makes the par 4. And now we go to Morikawa, and he's been on a roll lately. Colin Morikawa, see if he can break this log jam. He has no chips, though. That's the only problem. That's what could hurt him, no chips. Course control, 23. He's in the rough on the second shot, is Morikawa. Rough on the second shot. Rough on the second shot here. For a par 4, rough second shot, and it's a green 3. Is he a workman? He's not a workman. Otherwise, Chris Swing, nice loft, gimme for putt for par. So he'll take his par, but that's not going to help him gain any ground. Actually, it should have been gimme, should have been all 3 of them. Right? So make sure it's not easy, it's a gimme. All right, so Morikawa takes a par, but he was looking for more than that. Par 4. Now we go to Henley. Russell Henley. He does have a chip, and he is going to use it because this one is not daunting, so he can control the hole now. So Henley will use that chip to control. That is a 3.66 on a par 4 for Russell Henley. 3.66. Is he a shaper? Yes, he is. Russell Henley is a shaper. So precise shot, good bounce. gallery cheers. Now, he can't earn a chip because he just spent one, but the gallery cheers, so that usually means something's good's going to happen. Gallery cheers, and a 3. Gallery cheer, hero or champion. He is a champion. Easy putt for birdie. So 1 to 4, and he'll get a birdie and break the log jam. And he does. So Henley, by controlling the hole, that's put him in position to do that. Birdie 3 for Henley. And he pulls to within 2 shots of the leaders. Now we go to the 15th hole. And staying at 15 is McIlroy, out of contention. Again, 1 for birdie, 6 for bogey, par, anything else. And that's a par 4 for McIlroy. Now we go to Aberg. See if he can break the log jam and tie Henley. But he has no chips. But a 1, 2, or 6 he controls. But the course controls 46. But he found golf course cam, so that's not bad. Golf cam course, or whatever you want to call it. A green 3 on a par 4. Is it a cordial hole? No, it's not. It's not a daunting hole. Chance to atone for earlier flub. Clutch putt for par. So clutch putt for par for Aberg is a 1 to 3, and he can earn a blue chip, a much-needed blue chip. Misses, he gets the dreaded red chip. And he misses, so he gets the dreaded red chip, and he's going to drop a shot on top of that, add insult to injury. And now he's got the easy putt for bogey, and he makes that, but he's going to drop the shot and gain the red chip. So that pretty much seals Aberg's fate, or Aberg's face, however you want to pronounce his name. And now here's Victor Hovland. Talk about somebody on the outside looking in. There he is. That's a 6. Well, he's obviously, he can't afford to play it safe. He's got to go for it. He's got to attack the green. So he's going to attack the green on the par 4. What choice does he have, really? That far behind. Not much else you can do. He's going to attack the green on this par 4, so we're going to re-roll the white die. He gets a 5. Sand, rough issues, moderate putt for par. So didn't really help his cause much. It's a 1 to 5. And he makes it stay in it, but as soon as anybody up here birdies, he'll be out of it. He's in it in name only. That's it for the 15th. So we go to the 14th hole for the final pairing, or final threesome, I should say. McNeely, Gracerman, and Thomas. Gracerman has the honors. And Gracerman, it's a semi-daunting hole, but he's going to use both chips to control. Both chips will control. And that is a 1-4-6 on the par 5 for Gracerman. 1-4-6, legend or bomber. He is a semi-bomber. The dot says no. Let's see here. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. We're going to experience, and he is neutral on the experience chart. So those 2 chips may not help him at all. We go to experience, and the green die is a 6. That's not going to help either, probably. He's not an icon, so it's a difficult putt for par. 1 to 3 to maintain the lead. He needs this 1 to 3. And he's got it. Clutch putt. It's not clutch, but it's in my mind, it's clutch. He makes the putt for par to maintain the lead. And now we turn it over to Maverick McNeely. And he will, of course, use a chip to control the hole. No question about it. That is a 1-1-6 on a par 5 for Maverick McNeely. 1-1-6. Whoops, wrong side. 1-1-6. Is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. Is it a firm green? No, it's not a firm green. Moderate putt for birdie for McNeely. Moderate putt. And he's going to use his other chip to make it an easy putt for birdie to tie for the lead 1 to 4. And he makes it. He didn't really need to use it, but he might as well because he's going to get one back on the next hole anyway. So birdie for McNeely, and we got a tie again for the lead. Birdie 4 for McNeely. Now here's Justin Thomas, who was once tied for the lead and finds himself 3 behind all of a sudden. And he is in dire straits, as they say. Yes, I know that, ML, but I don't want to take the chance because if he comes up with a dot, then you're screwed. So he had 2 chips, plus he's going to get, he's lucky, so he's going to get a chip back every hole anyway, so he may as well use it. There's no point in holding it at that point. All right, so Thomas, where's my little green? There it is. He's over here. Thomas, there he is. Let's see, Thomas, 4, course control, 2-5. Well, he found golf course cam, so that's, and a green 2, so that might not be too bad. Golf cam course, par 5, and a green 2. Cordial hole, no. Daunting hole, yes, it is, because the dot says it is. Well, clutch putt for bogey for Thomas. Wow. He can get a blue chip, but he's going to drop back at best to 4 behind. At best. He is semi-gold, so 1-4. And he makes it to get a blue chip, but that was a costly bogey. Very costly chip. And he drops 4 shots back with 4 holes to play as we finish 14 for everybody. And now we move to 18 for the first group out, and they are all the out of contention guys. It is a semi-daunting hole. So roll the side or die, and a 1's a birdie, a 6 is a bogey, and anything else is a par. So 1 without the decider die is a bogey. I'm sorry, is a par. That is a par for Lowry. And now we'll do the same thing for Rose, and that is a 4, so that's a par. And that is a bogey at the end there for Glover. So now we'll get the scores of the out of contending golfers for the back 9. For Rose, let's see here, Rose, 1 over 2. He shot 2 over 38 on the backside, gives him a total of 74, 2 over for the round. So he will finish at 277, which is 11 under. Glover, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over. He shoots a 39, so he shoots a 74 as well. And Lowry, 1 under, even, 1 under, 1 under. So he shot a 35, and that gives him a 70 for Lowry for a 273 total, which is 15 under, but still well out of contention. So we go to 17, and Griffin is the out of contending golfer on 17. Griffin with a 3 shoots a par. And next up, it is Henley. Russell Henley, but he has no chips. Russell Henley, but he's got no chips. But only 4 and 5 control the hole. That's a 2, so Henley will control, and it's 4-4-4. That's going to be a special result. That could be big. I believe all triples are special results, if I'm not mistaken. I'll verify it, but I believe that's the case. 4-4-4. Yep, special result 1. So we'll go to special result 1. And we're going to re-roll the white and black die, read them in ascending order. And it's a par 3, so we're right in this section here. We get a 25, and it says, minor procedural rules violation prior to tee, 1-stroke penalty and stormy rest of round. Roll again for whole result. Oh, he's going to get a 1-stroke penalty is Russell Henley. So he's going to drop back a stroke. He's going to start the hole all over again, basically. But some kind of rules violation cost him. 5, the course controls. 13's in the sand, so obviously he's bothered by this. And he hits his tee shot in the sand on this par 3. So he's gotten flustered, obviously. And it's a 5, which is not good either. Is he sandy? Henley is a semi-master, but he's not sandy. Let's see here. Difficult putt for par. Needs a 1 to 3, or else he's going to drop way out of it. He makes that for par, but that rules violation really got to him. So Henley makes the par on the hole, but I have noted on his score sheet that he has a 1-stroke penalty, which will be applied at the end. So I guess technically he's here, and we want to enforce the penalty until the end. Let's see here. So now Morikawa is up. 2. So Morikawa 5-6-6. This could be good for Morikawa. 5-6-6 on a par 3. 5-6-6. Is he a champion? Morikawa certainly is. Easy putt for birdie for Morikawa. 1 to 4. He needs it. And he gets it. Morikawa. 2 shots behind the leaders now. Making a late charge is Morikawa. And now we move on to 16 for the next grouping, which includes McIlroy. And he pars. Now we move on to Aberg. He will spend the red chip, give course control to the hole. 3-5, and he's in the sand on his first shot. Sand, par 4, first shot, and a 6 on top of that. Is he sandy? Is he sandy? Aberg is semi-sandy. The dot says he is. So he is sandy. And this was on the first shot, right? 3-5. Yep, first shot. So first shot and a 6. TV-friendly bunker shot, edge, double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. So he can lag and make it a moderate putt for par. I think he's going to have to do that because getting the 1 into the side or die is not easy pickings. And he'll do that with the par. Will Aberg. So he'll stay back. The chances of getting a 1 and a dot are almost impossible. So he took his medicine, took his par. And here is Victor Hovland, who's way out of it. Just playing it out, trying to stay on the board. 5-5. So he's in the trees on the first shot. Haven't been in the trees in a while. Trees on a par 4. First shot and a 2. Is he a master? No, he's not a master. Burst out of shade onto green. Missed long birdie putt. Easy putt for par. 1 or double 6s. Trying to avoid the double 6s. And he gets the double 6s, so he falls out of contention. Wouldn't you just know that? You just knew that had to happen, right? So he makes the gimme, but Hovland falls off the board. He is now out of contention. Really, it's down to a 3 race because we know Henley is going to have that penalty shot that's going to cost him. So it's really between these 3 guys. Morikawa, Grayson, and McNeely are really the 3 that are fighting it out. And we go to the final group on the 15th. And with the honors, once again, it is McNeely, since he birdied the last hole. We get a 2, so McNeely controls. 1-3-3 for McNeely on a par 4. 1-3-3. Yeoman or puny? McNeely is none of that. Is he a hacker? No, he's not. We're going to experience where he is a semi-icon, but the dot says no, so he's neutral. Neutral on the experience chart for McNeely. Neutral on the experience on a par 4 and a 3. He's not a prospect. Otherwise, well-shaped shot, sets up easy putt for birdie. Easy putt for birdie, but he's got a chip, so he may as well use it to make it a gimme putt for birdie and take the lead outright. And he is. So Grayson moves back. These guys move back, and these guys move back. That's what being lucky is all about. You can use the chip very freely. Birdie 3. Now we go to Gracerman, who just lost the lead and has no chips, so he's got to really try to make something happen. That is a 5, so it's a course control 13. He's in the sand on the first shot. He's in the sand on the first shot. On a par 4, and it's a green 6. That's even worse for Gracerman. However, he is semi-sandy, but the dot let him down again. It's terrible. Double difficult putt for par. Wow. He's got to get a 1. He can't afford to lay up because he's going to fall too far behind, so he's got to make this. You don't want to fall 2 shots behind, I don't think. But if he misses this, then it's a 1-3 for bogey. He could lay up and make it a moderate putt for bogey, 1-5. I think, man, much as he hates to do it, I think he's got to take his medicine here, go 1-5, and he makes it. So he gets the bogey, and now McNeely has a 2-shot lead. 2-shot lead, and here comes Justin Thomas, who is way back here. He does have a blue chip, but I don't think it's going to help him much. 3 course controls, 46. He's golf course Cam. Golf course Cam. And it's a par 4, and that's a 5. Daunting hole or scatter golfer. He's neither one. Longer than usual tee shot. Well played. Nice opportunity. Clutch putt for birdie. And he is semi-gold on a clutch putt for birdie. So 1-4. 1-4. He makes it. 5. He was going to use a chip to make him gold, and he decided against it. Thought he had a good chance and saved that chip, and it messed him up. And it cost him anyway because he missed the putt. So that was a tactical error. He probably should have used it anyway because he was going to lose it if he missed it. So bad play there for Thomas. Misses a birdie chance. Now the gimme putt or easy putt, I guess it is, for par. So Thomas is pretty much out of it anyway, as he blew the opportunity to make that birdie. We're done with 15. Now we go back to 18. And at 18, we have Griffin out of contention. And Griffin will get a par to finish his day. Now we go to Henley. Henley is here, but he's really here because we have not implored the 1-stroke penalty yet on his score sheet. So Henley, 4, course control, 36. Oh, he's in the rough on the 3rd shot on this par 5. And it's a green 2. Is he a master? He's a semi-master. The dot says he is. We got pin result. We go to pin. Re-roll the white die. Get a 1. Decider die, it's in the hole. Let's see. Is it a dot? It is. It's in the hole. Birdie. So he chips it in for Russell Henley, a birdie to end his day. So he will finish the day 2 back, but technically 3 back because of the 1-stroke penalty would be applied. So we're actually going to push him, since this round is over, we'll push him back here now. So if we total up, well, we got to do Morikawa first to finish out the hole and finish out the group. Morikawa. 4, course controls, and 11. So it's golf course Cam Green. Golf course Cam Green on this par 5. But it's a 6. Those 6s can get you. Friendly green or laser golfer. Morikawa is a laser golfer. Clutch putt for birdie. Well, earning the chip's not going to do him any good. So clutch putt for birdie, 1-3. And he gets it. So Morikawa technically birdies here, and he'll finish 2 shots back right now. So Morikawa the birdie, and we'll total up the scores for this grouping. The second pairing, Henley, 1 under, even, 1 under, 2 under, 1 under, 2 under. So Henley goes 34. So Henley shoots a 67 on the backside. However, the 1-stroke penalty will be added. So he's actually going to shoot a 68, not a 67. So he shoots a 68. And Henley now will finish with a 269. So he's a 269 for his round. And I didn't put in the rest of the guys what they had. Rose had 203, so he's 277. Glover had 203, so he's 277. Lowry, 203, he's 273. Let's see, Morikawa, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, 5 under. He shot a 31 on the backside, a 66 for Morikawa. He shoots a 268. Nice round for him. Griffin, let's see, 1 over, even, looks like an even 32 for a total of even 36, I should say, for a total of 70. And Griffin 70 is a 273. All right, so we got 2 groups left on the course. McIlroy's group playing 17, and the leaders will be playing 18 shortly, or 16 shortly, I should say. So we'll roll from McIlroy and Hovland, who are now both out of this. First, it is McIlroy. 1, he gets a birdie. So McIlroy will birdie the 17th. Aberg, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Hovland, par for Hovland. Now Aberg is on the course, so he will play it out. 1, so he controls 1-4-4 for Aberg, but he's just playing out the round for score. Par 3 and a 1-4-4. Is he a champion? Aberg is not a champion. So we go to right now chart, and Aberg is semi-cold, but the dot is blank, so he's neutral on the right now. And the green die is a 4 on a par 3. Is he hot? No. Double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. Double difficult putt for birdie. Well, he's going to lag and make it a moderate putt for bogey. And he'll take his bogey, and he finishes 6 shots back. It's a tough break there for Aberg, as he's got 1 more hole left, really. So, well, he gets a bogey 4, and that finishes that group. Now we go to 16 for the leaders. And with the honors, coming off the birdie, is McNeely, our leader, by 2 shots. Whoa, let's re-roll everything that fell out of there. Don't know how that happened. Let's bring this up a little higher. We get a 5, and that's course control. 56 is golf course cam. So McNeely getting lucky in more ways than just having chips. Golf course cam, par 4, but it's a green 6. So that could cause problems. Green 6 on a par 4. Daunting hole. No, it's not. 2 great shots. Clutch putt for birdie. How about that? Clutch putt for birdie. He may as well use this to make him fully gold. So 1 to 5, and he'll make a birdie and get more distance. And he will. So that's going to push everybody back further. And next, Aberg out of contention. Thomas 6 shots back, and tournament's pretty much over at this point. As McNeely birdies the last 3 holes in a row to take command of the tournament. That helps being lucky, I guess. Better be lucky than good sometimes, they say. Here's Justin Thomas. He's still technically in it, or is on the board, I should say. Not in it, but 6. Just for the hell of it, he'll go ahead and attack the green just for fun. I mean, blue chips don't do him any good now. He might as well have a little fun. So Justin Thomas, par 4, he's going to attack the green. And we get a 1. So within a few yards of pin, moderate putt for birdie. A 1 to 2 for a moderate putt for birdie. And of course, he misses that. So we got an easy putt for par. And he makes that. So he will get his par 4, but that's not what he was looking for. And now Graysterman coming off the bogey. He needs something magical to happen. Course controls 56. Well, he does get golf course cam. So that's at least helpful, but the green 6 is not going to be helpful. Par 4, golf course cam. Green 6, daunting hole. No, it's not a daunting hole. So he's got a clutch putt for birdie. Does Graysterman, and he is semi-gold. So 1 to 4. And he makes it. So he will pull within 2 shots. So it's not over yet, perhaps. It says, don't count me out yet. There's still 2 holes to play. So I ain't through yet. We are through with 16. Now we go to 18 for the next to last group. And McIlroy and Hovland are out of contention. So McIlroy with a possible birdie. Nope, he's going to finish with the par. And now Victor Hovland, a par. And now Aberg. And he's out of it too. So all of them are out of it, actually. And he gets a par. So we finish out with those. And now we go to 17 for the leaders once we get the scores in for this next to last group. And this is what we're going to have. McIlroy, let's see here, 1 over, even, 1 under, so he shot 35. So he shot a 73, which means he ends up with a 273. Aberg, 1 under, even. I'm sorry, 2 under, 1 under, even. So he shot a 36 and a 34 for a 70. And Aberg shoots a 271. And then Hovland, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over, 3 over 39, and a 35, a 74 for Hovland. He shoots a 275. All right, so there's only one group on the course left, and that's the final group. And with the honors is still McNeely here on the 17th, holding a 2-shot lead over Graysterman. We get a 2, and that means McNeely controls 244. 244 for McNeely on a, let's see what he can do. 244 on a par 3. 244. Is he utility? No, he's not. So we're going to the right now chart. Right now chart. McNeely has birdied the last 2 holes, so he is hot. He is a hot golfer right now. So going to the right now chart is probably one of the best things he can do. So we go to the right now chart. Green dies a 4 on a par 3. Is he hot? You better believe he is. In a groove, perfect tee leads easy putt for birdie. Easy putt for birdie. He's got a blue chip. He may as well use it. Make it a gimme putt for birdie. Why not? I mean, he's spoiled with riches. And he makes the gimme putt for birdie. That knocks Thomas out of contention all the way. Henley's back here. Morikawa's here. Graysterman's here. So McNeely running away with this thing. Makes the birdie 2. Thomas is now out of contention, so we'll just roll for him. And he gets a par. Now Graysterman, although it's pretty much done deal. 3 is going to control 114 for Graysterman. 114 on a par 3. 114. Is he cold? Graysterman, last hole. He actually birdied the last hole, so he's not cold. So that is a no. Let's see here, 113. Is it one? Oh, it's 113, not 133. Why did I ask if he was cold? I was reading 114 instead of 11. Oh, it is 114. My bad. I'm getting tired, I guess. He's not cold, so we have a moderate putt for birdie. Will Graysterman. It's a 1-2, and he misses that. So now we got an easy putt for par, and he makes that to keep his par, but not going to help the cause. Now we go to the final hole. Thomas will roll for him since he's out of contention. 18th is the last one. He is out of contention. We get a 5, so that is a par for Justin Thomas. Now McNeely. 5, so course controls, 46. And again, golf course cam. So he has gotten lucky with the chips and lucky with the results as well, as far as I'm concerned. 46 is the golf course cam. Green 4 on a par 5. Is it a daunting hole? It is a daunting hole. Clutch putt for par. So clutch putt for par. He is semi-gold. He will go ahead and use this to be gold. So 1-5 to make the par. And he does. So McNeely will par the last hole. Now the last man on the course, Graysterman, to finish out. But it's all, well, he's got to make sure he doesn't bogey, so he at least gets second place, get those 70 points he needs in the point standings. 1, so he controls 114. 114 on a par 5. 114. Gilded. No, he's not gilded. Is he cold? Graysterman is neutral. He's not cold because he has par birdie the last 2 holes. So he's not gilded and he's not cold. So it's a moderate putt for birdie. 1-2. Try to finish strong. He couldn't do it. Easy putt for par. Makes that, stays 3 back, and that's your tournament right there, folks. There is your winner, Maverick McNeely. And we'll get the totals. We will get the totals for these guys. Let's see here. First, we'll total up Thomas. 1 over, 2 over, 3 over, 39 to go with the 33 for a 72, and Thomas shoots a 270. Graysterman, 1 over, even, 1 under, even, 1 under, so 35, and a 32 for a 67 with a 199. That's a 266. And then McNeely, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, 5 under. He shoots a 31. So he shoots a 66 on the front side to go with the 197 for a total of 263. And there your 3-shot victory over Graysterman, 263 to 266. Roy McIlroy won the real tournament at 267. So McNeely was on fire and took care of things. So we'll finish up the things here. First place, we have McNeely. And his tourney total was 266. At second place. And what I do, I take the point system that's in the rule book, but I multiply everything by 10, so I don't deal with decibels. So the winner, instead of getting 10 points, the winner gets 100 points. Second place, instead of getting 7, they get 70. And the guys at the bottom, instead of getting 0.3, they'll get 3. So I'll take everything and multiply it by 10 just to make things easier. So 100 points are awarded to McNeely on the FedEx standings. Graysterman will get 70 points for second place as he shot a 266. I'm sorry, so 263 is what it was here. 263. So that is 25 under par for McNeely. How do you like to be Graysterman? He shoots a 22 under par and finishes 3 shots back. Go figure. Henley, even with the one-stroke penalty. Let's see, Morikawa 268 finishes third. But Henley, even with the one-stroke penalty, would have had a 268, but he finishes with 269 because of the penalty. So the penalty cost him a tie for third place. So Henley gets that. Morikawa finishes third. Let's see who finishes fifth. It looks like 270. Justin Thomas will finish fifth. And he finishes 7 shots back. In sixth position, 271 belongs to Aberg, or Aberg, however you want to pronounce it. Seventh place, I think we have a tie for seventh at 273. And that is between McIlroy and Griffin. So a tie for seventh, McIlroy and Griffin at 273. They finished 10 shots back. All right. Next up at 275 is Victor Hovland. Let's make sure I'm not missing anybody. There's a third guy at 273. My bad. There were 3 guys at 273. I missed one. The other 273 belong to Lowry. So Lowry actually has 273 also. So he also tied for 7th. Shane Lowry, 10 shots back. And at 275, Hovland's by himself in 10th. Victor Hovland. 275, that's 12 shots back. And then tied for 11th, Rose and Glover, as they finished with 277s, 14 shots back. So there you go. There's your final. And there's the man, Maverick McNeely. He is the winner. My throat's about ready to give out on me. I think I was trying to hold out as long as I could, but I feel like I've used my voice enough today that it's starting to get to me. So tomorrow I will take a well-needed day off. However, I did already record earlier today the Sunday game in Strat-O-Matic Basic, and I'll post that tomorrow afternoon. But the next live stream will be Monday morning at roughly 9 o'clock for the 1987 American League playthrough. It'll be the Orioles and Tigers from Tiger Stadium. It'll be Monday at roughly 9 to 9:15. Thank everybody for coming in and giving me feedback and keeping me straight. And hopefully I didn't make too many errors. If somebody's watching this after the fact and you saw something I did that might not be exactly what the rules say, let me know and I'll see. And it may be something I'm homebrewing, or maybe I need to homebrew. I don't know. Like, for instance, the main thing I was asking about is there were no B golfers. I rolled for the B golfer, but the B golf group was empty. We had B pluses and B minuses, but no Bs. So some people might just top guy in the B plus group, but I read it to be this. It didn't say if there's no B golfers to go to another group. It said B golfers. So if I'm supposed to go the other way, or if you think it's more fun to go the B plus direction and try to throw somebody in the mix, then let me know and I'll consider it. But that's it here from Pebble Beach. Next week, yes, 25 under par. You are correct, Robert. 25 under par is exactly correct. McIlroy won it with a 267 at 21 under. So both Grayson and McNeely beat McIlroy's score in the real tournament, but McNeely he's got too many breaks. When he wasn't using his chips because he was lucky, he was getting lucky with golf course cam results instead of being in the rough or whatever. So he got the breaks, basically. Let's put it that way. He got the breaks, and like you say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But he's still a pretty good player. I mean, come on, Maverick McNeely. He's got some good qualities there. So it's not like he's a chump. I mean, he's a good player. He's a 2A for a reason. But being lucky just put him over the top, I guess. So next week we will be at the tournament that usually happens on the Super Bowl. We will be at the stadium course in Phoenix, Arizona for the waste management tournament. That's the one that has that famous 16th hole where the fans are all rowdy and whatnot. That's the tournament coming up. That'll be next weekend, and we'll go through all 4 rounds because we're going to go back to making the cut and doing all that stuff. So, so what I'll probably do is on Thursday, if I want to do these live, if you guys like it live versus recording, then I'm going to have to do the Thursday night would be the cut day. Friday would be the 3rd round, and Saturday would be the 4th round. Or I could, record some of those and put it out on Sunday afternoon. I have to figure out what I want to do with this. But at least early on, I like it live because I like getting the feedback in case I missed something like that. Like when I got ready to take control of a semi-daunting hole with 1 chip when I know good and well I need 2 chips or a chip and a decider. So that kept me straight, and I appreciate the feedback. And and like I said, if it's after the fact, I'm not going to go back and change the result. If I did something wrong and I cost somebody 3rd place or something, I'm not going to go back and worry about that. I'm just going to take whatever I did wrong and learn for the next tournament. But this tournament is in the books. Oh, and I didn't put down Aberg's score for some reason, 271. I don't know why I didn't write him in. Left him blank down there, 8 shots back. But I do have an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to be tattling or putting these results under the Pebble Beach points. And with the beauty of Excel, it's going to add them into their previous points, and I'll figure out who the points leader is after the first 3 weeks of the season. We've had 3 tournaments. Had the Hawaii tournament, the Farmers Insurance in San Diego, and now AT&T Pebble Beach. And then next week, it is going to be the Waste Management. I don't know what it's called, Waste Management Open or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's in the desert in Arizona. That'll be next week. So again, TPC Scottsdale. Thank you very much, Robert. So there you go. That's good to do from here. I need the rest, I think. So fun times. I really am enjoying this game. First 3 weeks I've had it. First 3 weeks I've had it, basically. I'm not sure when I did I think it was about 3 weeks that I've had it so far. I've done 3 tournaments, so it's had to be about 3 weeks. So really enjoying it. I really want to get back to the cut because I missed not having 2 of the first 3 tournaments. We haven't had cuts. I've gone straight to the 3rd round. So I'm really looking forward now. I think the rest of the tournaments are going to have cuts, and I will really enjoy that. So we'll have all like 100 and something golfers showing up. And we got to whittle it down to the top 70 or so. So hope you all have a great weekend, whatever you have planned. Somebody asked me once, I think it was Philip or somebody asked me if I was going to the con, but no, I just realized that I haven't traveled out of the state in about 10 years. So I just don't go anywhere. I'm a homebody. So what can I tell you? I'm cheap and I'm a homebody. So no, I'm not. I would, if it was something as close as Washington, D.C., I might think about it, but that's about as far as I would go. About 100 miles is about as far as I'd want to go. Or maybe if they had it in Raleigh, I might go. That's about a 2-hour drive. I might do that. But short of that, no, those things are too far away from me. So it might be nice to see a bunch of old white guys like me out there playing games, but, what are you going to do? All right, so that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great weekend, whatever you have planned. I'm going to get some rest. That's what I have planned. And my mother and brother were on a cruise last week, so we didn't get a chance to do Mother's Day. So we're going to do our Mother's Day tomorrow. She is 90 years old, so I'm going to enjoy every Mother's Day chance I still have left. So most people aren't fortunate. My father passed at 59, but she's still going on at 90. So Enjoy your parents if you have them still living. Definitely enjoy them because they're not going to be around forever. So that's going to do it from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And from the AT&T Pebble Beach, it is Maverick McNeely running the show and winning the tournament. And until next time, we'll see you down the road.